You will hear about the African Union. Yes, it exists. But what is the effect of the African Union in reality? In this situation, there are only two cases. Either we accept to fight or we remain slaves forever. I told you once, in the history of the world, there have been wars. And during the Second World War, people organized themselves to defend all over the place. But there is a country that could not defend itself, which had to come and take our ancestors to go defend them. And today that same country wants to give us lessons. Our country has long been in a very complicated system. Most of you who are young like me, we were born into this system. But that's not what can allow Burkina to thrive. In this situation, there are only two cases. Either we accept to fight or we remain slaves forever. I told you once, there are those who are slaves in their minds. They can only serve their master. And those people try every time to manipulate you. You must advise each other. Because every situation can be exploited by these enemies of the nation to try to discourage you, to demotivate you. So you must advise each other and not pay attention to certain remarks, even on some media. Not everyone is obliged to be patriotic. You are the first patriots. You have decided to defend the homeland. There is nothing better than that. Those who want to support you, let them support you. Those who want to discourage you through writings, you must close your ears and move forward. As for those, we will fight them here. So, we must remember something. Recently, there is a so-called NGO. It's not even an NGO. Because NGO stands for non-governmental organization. They are not non-governmental because they are funded by a federal budget, by a state. This so-called NGO produces reports claiming that the FDS and the VDP commit abuses. It went in here, it came out there. It's to tarnish your morale. It's to scare you, to prevent you from being able to fight. No. Moreover, we are going to file a complaint against this NGO because people need to understand something. What is happening to us here? It's true that they have manipulated part of our populations in the Sahel here, but they didn't have that kind of weaponry. What brought such significant weaponry into their ranks? It's Libya. Who destroyed Libya? It's this NGO, the same NGO that made false reports and gave them to those who wanted to create a rebellion so that people would intervene and overthrow Gaddafi. And the powder keg ended up being poured into the Sahel. These millions of lives that have been taken in the Sahel, we must file a complaint against this NGO because it is responsible for these false reports it made to support this thesis of attacking Libya. They have no moral lessons to give us. Look at the world. Let them go defend human rights all over the world first before coming here. We are fortunate to have similar situations. In this world, you voluntarily committed yourselves. There are countries where people are forcibly taken, killed. You leave or you die. Others, even while trying to flee, end up dying. They don't talk about human rights because these people see us as subhumans. They see us as slaves. That's how it is in their minds. They have never changed their mindset, but it's up to us to show them that we are not slaves and we will never accept this state of affairs. So don't be fooled by the stories. They tell to anyone who will listen. You must stay focused on your fight. Stay focused. We know what we are doing. And even now, The VTP commander told me that there is a human rights training session underway for group leaders and their deputies. If we make efforts, we know it's for ourselves. We no longer do things to please someone else. We do it for our homeland. And you are committed to that. Defend your homeland. Do not listen to those individuals. They should not affect your morale. In the history of the world, there have been wars. And during the Second World War, people organized themselves to defend all over the place. But there is a country that could not defend itself, which had to come and take our ancestors to go defend them. And today that same country wants to give us lessons. The pot calling the kettle black. No. You are the descendants of those same ancestors who went to defend others, who liberated the world from Nazism. Today you are fighting for your lands. These same individuals dare to create terms to tarnish you. We oppose this. We will never agree. Continue to defend your lands. It is your wealth that interests these people. It's our gold, it's our minerals that interest them. Otherwise, why come and drive out entire villages to seize our lands? So we will fight and we will reclaim our lands, our wealth. It belongs to us. It's for us. It will benefit us and our children. I therefore encourage you to remember that this war is to free us from slavery. It's for our independence. And you must keep your spirits high, stay strong. Never give in to manipulators, to those individuals who no longer understand the notion of homeland, or to those people who come from outside to try to subdue us through their terms they invented and their organizations they created to enslave us. Fight, move forward, do everything you can. Draw, as I said, from your cultural resources, from what you have been shaped by since the village. Draw from it and wage this war. Stay focused and stay strong. For a few weeks now, I would say, there have been rumors of attempts to destabilize our country. And I think that some media outlets have also reported certain facts. As a worker at the presidency, it is a duty to provide you with accurate information so that you can also inform others in return, and especially for your guidance and peace of mind in your work. Indeed, for a very long time, we have been monitoring a cell in a neighboring country that is led by Western intelligence services, primarily targeting our country, and the operations were supposed to mainly start at the end of May. This was supposed to consist of an intense communication war against our country, which you have been following. In addition to that, there was supposed to be a cyber war as well. Our computer systems were to be attacked to create a blackout. In addition to that, there is a subtle and passive economic war that goes unnamed, which we have also managed to contain. Several plans for attacks on sensitive points have been devised. The other phase involved targeted assassinations that were also planned. And then mass attacks were supposed to take place within the FDS, but especially cowardly attacks that were to occur in the cities, primarily targeting the citizen watch agents, you know, as WAA. So we indeed followed the unfolding of their plan, and the final assault was supposed to take place through a recruitment, if I may say so, of agents inside NORA. So from the communication war to everything I mentioned, we tried to contain the situation. Some people were arrested
in this subversion, in the attack plans, about a dozen. Unfortunately, FDS personnel were arrested with proven complicity linked to the terrorists who are different from those involved in the subversion. So these personnel were in contact with the terrorists, providing them with the necessary information to carry out attacks. It's unfortunate that they are Burkina-based and even FDS personnel, but that's the case. In addition to that, some media reported that certain BIR elements were contacted. Is that true? You know that the BIR are the spearhead of the fight we are currently leading. All those who were approached reported back to us, and we are monitoring the situation. It's unfortunate to want to stay outside and manipulate soldiers inside to do what you want. It's an insult to the intelligence of our soldiers, and everyone understands that. I think these officers who are manipulating are all outside, and they continue their work from the outside. It is not honorable for an officer to act this way. I think, for more dignity, it would be good for them to return and carry out their projects themselves. And we are waiting for them. This is to tell you that we are monitoring the situation, and we will continue to crack down and act to always maintain the course we have set, because it is a long-term struggle. These are events that will not be lacking. We disturb a lot of people, we know. Independence, as I told you, is something you seize. So, these destabilization projects will always continue to exist, but we will fight against them, because a revolution is always fought. But a revolution also has guardians who maintain the revolution, and you are part of them. There are people who have not been arrested so far, who think they have been lucky. No, they are not lucky. We are monitoring all those involved in these projects, and we invite them to desist, because we will not hesitate for a moment to act as necessary for the interest of Burkina Faso. I hope they understand us and hear us. This is the information I wanted to give you.
You will hear about the African Union. Yes, it exists. But what is the effect of the African Union in reality? We cannot talk about integration in the theme and not talk about the African Union. Because it is this organization that should unite us, create real integration. But we regret to see these wars that persist on the African continent, killing millions of young people. And that this organization, which has heads of state, with armies, is unable to organize itself to support certain countries. The Union is not just a word. The Union is a symbol. And we, the youth, should learn a lesson from this situation to unite, to make integration a reality. I was unpleasantly surprised when Ethiopia, which hosts the headquarters of the African Union, was experiencing a conflict. And when I saw the Prime Minister put on a military uniform and announce the closure of the university in Addis Ababa to face the threat. I did not see any action from the African Union to protect these headquarters. Most Western states saw Addis Ababa falling, packing up and leaving. Ethiopia fought, found an internal solution, and is living more or less in peace today. The children of Congo have been dying for years. Several other conflicts, such as in Sudan, exist on the continent. We would have liked to see the African Union generate the forces and all the necessary strategies to support these states so they can regain peace. For nearly 10 years, the Sahel has been the theater of international terrorism. But we see no support from these organizations to find a solution to this problem. Worse, a few days ago, a country foreign to Africa openly announced having supported and participated in a cowardly terrorist and barbaric attack against the forces of our confederation in Tinsawatan. The African Union did not utter a word to condemn this interference by a state outside of Africa in the internal affairs of our states. I would like them to hear this and therefore break their silence and take action so that the youth can believe in the African Union.